The National Sample Survey Organization of India has released the latest data on the quantum of unemployment in the country. This has given an alarming picture of an astoundingly high rate of unemployment, the highest in the last 45 years. And in instances of urban youth, the rate has tripled, grown more than 3 times to 17.4% in the 2017-18 compared to 2010-11 when it was 5%. Likewise, for female labor, the rates have also more than doubled. So what has been a suspicion so far has now been confirmed that post-demonetisation, the employment situation has been wrecked in the country. The Center for Monitoring Indian Economy had earlier put out a figure of loss of 11 million jobs just in the year 2018. That is a loss of 1.1 crore jobs just in the year 2018. All this put together suggests that the demonetization has destroyed the backbone of the informal economy, which is the largest employer next to agriculture. And the agrarian distress is throwing many a rural youth away from agricultural operations and migrating to the cities in search of jobs. This is the sorry state of affairs under Prime Minister Modi and his policies. What is required right now is to actually know the real truth. These statistics have been withheld, and this survey of the NSSO has been withdrawn by the Modi government. 2 members of the National Statistician Commission have resigned in protest. Of the 7-member statutory body, this National Statistical Commission, only 2 of them remain today, making a mockery of the collection and propagation of reliable data about our economy. This is in direct contrast with the promises made by Modi and the BJP in the 2014 elections. They had promised to generate 2 crores of additional jobs every year. That is, by now, 10 crore additional new jobs ought to have been created. Instead, what we see is the exact opposite. Now, this is very, very shameful, and in a time when India has one of the youngest populations in the world. Majority of our population are youth, and this youth, instead of being an asset for our economy in the country, is now being wasted. Therefore, the CPIM demands that the government must produce a white paper on the status of unemployment in the country and put it before the parliament in the session that has begun today. And this must be debated in the parliament, and redressal mechanisms must be worked out, and immediately there must be a pressure to shift the policy direction. This, however, can only happen when this government is ousted from office, and that is the task before the youth of the country, that if they want their future secure, if they want to build and contribute for the creation of a better India, then this government ought to go. And this unemployment menace has to be reversed, and it can be reversed. There's no shortage of resources in our country. If only the loopholes that leading to the loot of our public resources is plugged, every youth in our country can be provided with education, quality health, and employment, and thus India can emerge as a better India.